Hey everybody, welcome back to the Timepass Podcast. This is your host, Ashika. Thank you so much for joining me today, you guys. If you haven't done so already, please take a moment and like me on Facebook at Timepass Podcast. Check me out on Instagram at Timepass_podcast and subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can find the link for that in my bio on my Instagram page or on my website, timepasspodcast.com. Make sure you are subscribed to the YouTube channel. Make sure that you are following the YouTube channel. You can watch all of the Timepass Podcast episodes on YouTube on Sundays, along with when the new episodes get released. And if you are listening on iPodcast, Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Pandora, whatever listening platform you're using to stream the Timepass Podcast, please make sure that you are subscribed or followed. I would greatly appreciate that. Stay plugged in to the Timepass Podcast. I'm super excited. Welcome to Season 2 Timepassers. Yay! I can't believe it's here already. Today is the kickoff of Season 2. We made it. We're here. It's time to spill all the tea all over again. I just can't wait. And I wanted to start off this episode today kind of talking about what we can expect from me in Season 2. What can you expect to hear on the Timepass Podcast in Season 2? And before I dive into that, real quick, just before I dive into that, I do kind of want to revisit or go over some highlights of Season 1, some of which I think are super important and cool to kind of look at, but all I can say is Season 1 altogether was 56 episodes. By the time we were done with 1 year of the Timepass Podcast, 52 weeks in 1 year, right? However, I had put out 56 episodes in 52 weeks. That is crazy to think of. I don't even know how I did it, how I got there. All I know is I started the podcast, I fell in love with it, and then this is my outlet where I share my wisdom, my trials, my tribulations, my failures, my heartbreaks. I kind of share everything with you guys, my thoughts, my culture, my life, what I'm living day to day. And 56 episodes is quite crazy to think of, to put out. But we did it. Season 1, 56 episodes. It was streamed in 34 countries around the world. 34 different countries around the world were listening to the Timepass Podcast, including 444 different cities. Now, personally, if you know me, I like numerology, so the fact that when I was looking at my stats, it was 444 cities, I was like, oh, I'm going to share that because the 444, right, the repeating numbers. Over 2,000 downloads. It's crazy. It's totally crazy to think that many of you are out there finding the show, listening to the show, whether you're a regular listener or one-time, two-time, three-time listener. I appreciate you being here. Stay with me on the journey. Season 2 is going to be amazing. And I just can't wait. I'm super appreciative of all of you Timepassers. You make me want to continue doing this. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much for following, liking, subscribing, and listening to me on the Timepass Podcast. All right, you guys. Besides that, a few more things. The top episode of Season 1. Can we guess what it was? Very popular theme for the Timepass Podcast. Dating. The top episode that was downloaded the most times in Season 1 was dating apps and app dating. And I believe that was actually the first episode as well. And it's still being downloaded, like weekly. I'll see a few downloads come in on that episode. So one thing we know, dating apps and app dating dating apps aren't going anywhere. It's still a thing. There's new apps coming up every other week, I feel like. It's still happening. It's still popular. It's still on your minds. It's still on my minds. This is definitely something that is not going away. Interestingly enough, the second most downloaded episode was Dangerous Dating. And if you haven't heard that episode, I suggest you take a listen. It was a very neat episode, and it talks about a bunch of dating don'ts, my dating fails, that you should learn from and not do. All right, you guys. It's crazy, right? It's crazy to think of. And after I came on to the 1 year anniversary at the end of season 1, I was like, man, I just want to take a little break. And I remember 2 of my best friends, the Aftershow Crew, Tej and Fabs, they were like, what do you mean you want to take a break? How long is this break going to be? And I was like, man, I just need a couple weeks. Producing this show and putting it out has become such a part of my life that I couldn't even stay away for a lengthy amount of time, you know? I was like, two weeks is good. I'm fine with 2 weeks. 2 weeks to, you know, just do my thing and I'll be totally fine. So it was interesting, you know? But during those 2 weeks, I just did normal things that I kind of felt like across the year that the past year that maybe I was missing out on, like hanging out with my friends, having brunch, going to pajaretes. I'm going to have to do an episode on pajaretes. If you don't know what it is, Google it, or you could just wait for the episode. But I am going to do an episode on pajaretes later in season 2. But, you know, I did that. I had a barbecue. I entertained. Like, I had a barbecue here in my house. Like, I fired up the grill. I had a lot of my friends come over. The kids were here. They had a big water balloon fight. And it was just like quintessential summer barbecue. And that felt so good because I'm an entertainer at heart. And I haven't been doing very much entertaining. I also had like a nice celebratory dinner with Tej and Fabs and my mom just to kind of celebrate the end of the season. Where I made like this really nice dinner. It was just nice for me to get to entertain and then just kind of do what I wanted for a couple weeks and not have the pressure of putting the show out. Although I was constantly working on the show. I had meetings with people. I was fine-tuning some technology stuff. I was fine-tuning some legality stuff, some paperwork for the show. Like, I was always working on the show. I just wasn't putting out a show. And just that sort of added pressure of editing, producing, filming, recording, and putting out a show was taken off of my plate for a couple weeks. It felt good, but I missed you guys. I really did. I missed doing this. My heart is just in this 100%. So totally missed you guys. That was how my sort of break from season 1 to season 2 went. So here we are. Here we are. It's September 5th today, the day of that the show's being released. The day that you're listening to the show is going to be September 5th. And here we are in season 2. And I'm so excited, and I want to talk about what we can expect. What can you expect from me, Ashika, in season 2 on the Timepass Podcast? Something that I'm really going to be touching on in season 2 and doing an episode on is my personal health journey. I really put my health in the forefront. I really made it a priority about last October. So yeah, last October, we're coming up on a year here next month that I've really put my health a priority, and I got a trainer. I talked about that on the show a few times, but I got a trainer and I put my health forward, and that has just really ramped up for me. Like, I'm now on a meal plan and I'm working out even more, and it's just become a part of my lifestyle, and I really want to share that part of me with you, and I want to introduce you guys to someone phenomenal as well. But I'm really going to be talking about my health journey a little bit more this year. Weddings. I do not know what it was, but the wedding planner episode where I had a couple guests on the show and I talked about how I planned my brother's wedding, that episode has had over 740 views on YouTube alone. One episode. Over 740 views. And what kills me is that was with my old video recording equipment. So I actually lost some of the video footage of that of the video recording on that episode. And so it's not even a full episode that's on YouTube. It's like the first 20 minutes that made it that I was able to post on there. So it's a partial episode. And over 740 people have viewed it. What that tells me is that there is a niche out there. There are people out there that want to know about Indian weddings, that want to know more, that want to hear more, that are curious, interested, whatever it is. Indian weddings is a hot topic. So I am going to try to dive in a little bit more and do some episodes centered around Indian weddings, and I hope to have some special guests to join me on those. But we're definitely going to be focusing on Indian weddings. We'll have a few episodes on that in here. And I am going to definitely continue traveling. Now, I'm really disappointed because I really wanted to take a trip that I've been planning since 2019. It was supposed to happen in 2020. It's a big trip overseas, and I had to postpone it, obviously, due to the pandemic in 2020. I really thought 2021 was going to be the year that I was going to be able to do this, and then the Delta variant showed up, like, yo, hey, remember me? Like, nice to meet you. You're not going nowhere. So I won't be traveling overseas. That special trip is on hold. I don't know for how long, but I really hope to take it next year if I can. I will be still doing some traveling though, so you can expect to hear some more crazy travel stories and stories about my experiences, places. What I love about my travel episodes also is just that you can actually hear the experience that I had at these places, and then you can go to the website, timepasspodcast.com, look up the episode in the show notes, and I try to link as many of these places as possible. So if you're ever planning a trip or in that part of the country or the world, you can actually go to the link and check it out and be connected and know where it was if you want to check it out yourself. So travel's definitely going to be a thing. The Aftershow Crew, I'm sorry guys and girls, they're not going anywhere. Tej and Fabs are not going anywhere. They're definitely going to be making their appearances on this show. They're definitely going to be calling me out on the bullshit. Sometimes if they hear me say something on this show, they love to call me out on it. They'll be dropping their unique opinions and perspectives and hilarity, because come on, the after shows are totally hilarious. So they're not going anywhere. Expect to see more of the Aftershow Crew in season 2. And what we're all here for. Guess what, guys? I'm still single. So we'll definitely continue talking about dating. I got more stories for you. I don't even know how I keep having stories for you, but it's probably because I keep putting myself out there. Recently, I have been alerted by men that I have dated that I have a certain behavior pattern. And maybe you could call it toxic, maybe you could call it guarded. I didn't realize, I knew what I was doing, obviously. I know what I do. But I didn't realize, I think I was so focused on what I didn't want to happen in a connection, that I was doing something just to make sure that what I didn't want to happen didn't happen, and then I didn't realize that what I was doing was causing a whole nother thing to happen. It's crazy, but I will be doing an episode, many episodes on dating, who I'm dating, what's going on, what experiences I'm having, how the apps are going. I'll definitely be talking about all of that, you guys. You'll have a lot of that to look forward to. And of course, I'll keep sharing my friends' dating stories. It's crazy, but at some point, I think I think that my friends will kind of stop telling me stuff because I'm like, maybe they don't want to hear their own personal stories on a podcast, but they keep telling me things. So I'm gonna keep sharing. I'm a storyteller, right? I'm gonna keep sharing whatever I hear. So you've got a lot of dating stuff coming up, you guys. Basically, the feel of the show for season 2 is going to be very similar to the feel of the show in season 1. You know, I talked about my personal dating experiences. I had some family members on the show. Season 1, I feel like, got a little deep, especially with the episode with my dad, the addiction episode. That episode really phenomenal episode. And so, you know, the episode is going to keep that same feel because though all those episodes were me, it's like my authentic life. And season 2 doesn't change anything. I'm going to keep sharing my authentic life and experiences with you guys. So I think the feel will pretty much be the same. Hopefully, I've spent a lot of time trying to perfect the technology and lighting. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see that there's a lot of lighting. Got to figure out how to get these glares out, though. If anybody knows, let me know. But the glares on the background and the lighting. But the lighting's a lot better. I've got better video recording equipment. I've got stuff, I don't even know what to call it. I've got stuff here that helps reduce the echo for my auditory listeners. So, you know, I think all you can expect is for the show to continue to progress as I am, and continue to get that same feel, real rawness from me that you have come to know and expect. So, season 2, we are coming in hot. We are coming in strong. And I am excited to let the season 2 games begin, y'all. Let them begin. I can't wait. There's going to be so much fun. We're going to have so much fun in season 2, you guys. I can't wait to continue this journey with you. That's all I've got for today. It was just a little teaser. Let you guys know what to expect in season 2. Say hello. I'm so happy to be back. I would continue to urge you guys that are listening to please write in, DM me, shoot me an email, timepasspodcast@gmail.com. Shoot me a DM on Facebook. Shoot me a DM on Instagram or TikTok. Ashika.lau on TikTok. I'd love to hear from you guys. I've gotten a little bit of feedback on some posts and things and DMs via Instagram, but I would love some really specific feedback here. Something else that you can expect to see in season 2. I'm going to be messing around with some Instagram lives. So if you are not following me on Instagram, if you are not following at Timepass_podcast on Instagram, do it now. Do it now. You're going to miss out. I'm going to be messing around with some Instagram lives, going live with the Aftershow Crew. I'm talking about going live during a podcast recording, having you guys make it really interactive. So make sure that you are following me on Instagram so we can interact and really build a community here. All right, you guys. Besides that, follow me on Instagram, follow me on Facebook at Timepass Podcast. Make sure that you are subscribed on your listening platform of choice. Make sure that you check out the YouTube channel. The link is in my bio on Instagram or on my website, timepasspodcast.com, which the website also lists the show notes after each episode. So check those out if you're ever looking for more information, guest information on anybody I have on the show. The website is a great place to go. Guess what you can also do on the website? You can contact me through the Contact Me button up top. It's in the banner. Can't miss it. you can contact me that way. Make sure you're doing those things. And if you are listening on iTunes or iPodcast, or Spotify, please take a few minutes and write a quick review on the Timepass Podcast. I'd love to see that 5-star rating from you guys. I'd love to hear a couple sentences about what you think of the show, what you like, what you don't like, how you think I can improve. I want to hear from you guys. Let's do it. We're gonna do this. In season 2, we are gonna get into it. We're gonna get super interactive. I know we are Timepassers. Make it happen, Captain. All right, you guys. I'm super excited to be back. Welcome back, Timepassers. Stay authentic, and I will see you next time. See you next week, guys. Welcome to season 2. Yeah.